President Trump is set to release a $1.15 trillion budget proposal today in about an hour from now. It could give a significant amount of money to the military to boost defense spending. Let's talk about it with economist Peter Morici, also professor at the University of Maryland. Hey, Peter, good morning.
Good morning.
This was Trump's first shot at the budget. We'll see revisions. What do you think the biggest challenges and critiques will be?
Well, certainly Democrats on the Hill and a lot of moderate Republicans are going to be very critical of the spending cuts to boost defense. But what are our choices? I mean, this is about making America safer and more prosperous. You know, if we cut the bureaucracy, for example, at the Department of Labor, EPA, and Education, there'll be many fewer people writing regulations and hassling people like me. What the Department of Education did to America's colleges and universities during the Obama years was terrible. You know why tuition's going up? It's all the compliance. You know, we need a lot less of that across the board and fewer bureaucrats running around pulling on the shirt tails of American business and so forth is a good thing. The best way to get rid of regulation is to get rid of the regulators.
Well, obviously, we're talking about the budget. It has to work its way through Congress. Your thoughts on that?
Well, my feeling is it's going to be tough slogging. First of all, just like with health care, how do we come to a unified Republican position? Because after all, you know the Democrats almost en bloc are going to vote against this thing. And there are Republicans who, you know, frankly, like, Collins and so forth, who really look more like Democrats than Republicans when push comes to shove, when it really comes to voting time. And so it's going to be tough to get this through. Right. But let's face it, if the Republicans can't compromise on this, then we have no budget, and then they get hit with the rap they can't govern. They're already pretty close to that thanks to Rand Paul and company on health care. And if they don't get this budget through, then what's the justification for voting for Republicans if they can't deliver on the budget?
That's a really good point. So essentially this first attempt at the budget, because I know it will be revised, it's essentially a messaging tool from the Trump administration, no?
That's right, and this is a first offer. I don't expect these cuts to be as large,
right.
But still, we need to spend more money on defense. What's going on in Asia with China, we're turning a blind eye to a terrible menace, right. And we need a stronger, bigger Navy. What's more, you know, many of our Navy's fighters can't fight. The planes don't fly.
I get
simply
that.
because they haven't been kept up.
I
mean,
get
that's
that, and
a travesty.
I want to move on to tax cuts because that is something that everybody is waiting for. So many people were upset that he went to health care first instead of tax cuts. Your thoughts there?
I think he should have gone to tax cuts first because I think it was more doable. There is some consensus in Congress that the corporate code needs to be revised. So there might have been some opportunity for compromise. But by going with the immigration order first and health care, he was basically leading into areas where it would be easiest to oppose him. And given the nature of his election, that was a bad move. You know, one of the basic problems in the White House is they lack real political savvy about dealing with Capitol Hill, and they lack economic expertise.
Peter Morici, thank you so much.
Thanks. Take care.